ways to tell you guys' story a little bit. So that's what we're gonna do here. Okay. So, um, all right, Jay. So let's celebrate you, man. I mean, I don't even know. I think when we look at this whole process, uh, you've been in the program for like over a year, probably
Yeah.
more than that, right? Just like constantly working on yourself. So, uh, in quarantine, I think this is where we've really seen you shine. And so that's where I really want to tell this story and utilize some of the things that you're doing really well. You have thrived in quarantine. So, Jay, tell me a little bit about what was happening for you throughout the program before quarantine was happening in regards to work, in regards to not taking time for yourself, like just getting bogged down. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah. So I have two jobs essentially. I'm a producer and writer at the Arizona Daily Star, and then I also host a radio show on ESPN radio down here in Southern Arizona. And when you're doing two gigs, and then when you throw in, your father going through, a chronic illness and battling liver disease, it was just a lot. Working two jobs, trying to make sure that I'm available for my dad and see him and make sure that he's taken care of, and being there for my mom. It was just way too much, and I didn't have time for myself. And that's one of the biggest things that I learned while being in the program is like, you have to be able to set time aside for yourself on a daily basis to make sure you don't go off the tracks. And I really struggled with that. I mean, and it seemed like anytime I would get a little bit of momentum, something in my life would happen to where, work would get too crazy. I'm burning the candle on both ends, or something would happen with my dad. And it just, after one thing after another, I couldn't have time for myself. And after talking with Desi, one of the things that I realized was I'm not being lazy, because there would be times where I would work 12-hour days, and by the time I got home, or by the time I was hungry and ready for a meal, I didn't want to cook the meal myself, because who wants to take time? I need something fast. I need quick energy. So I would pull through a drive-through. And who wants to exercise when you feel like this? When I want to go exercise, like I have this like energetic feeling like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Like, this is what I want to do.
Yeah.
And I never had that. So for the longest time, it was just this constant uphill battle, and I couldn't really figure out time for myself. But ever since this quarantine happened, where I'm at home more often, I'm able to cook for myself, because I'm literally right here. I'm not in the office. I'm not out running around Tucson. So I'm here. I can do it. And then I also have workout equipment set up right out here. So I literally have like a little personal gym right outside here. So there's literally no excuse for me not to thrive right now. And I'm glad I'm really.
Yeah, and I think you're crushing it, man. And I really enjoy our chats because I can see the joy in your face when you smile, and it's like, man, I'm thriving. So, Jay, for you, let's talk about, since quarantine hit, let's talk about the progress that you have made. Obviously, we don't know what the weight is because you don't have a scale, but there are other things that we're looking at too, which I think that we refer to as like those non-scale victories. But tell us a little bit more about the progress that you have seen in a short amount of 45 days of quarantine.
So I don't have access to a scale in my house, like Desi said. I also don't have a scale at my mom's house, which I go visit her all the time. So literally I don't have a scale. But one thing that I have been keeping track of are my overall like energy levels, how I'm feeling, my motivation to work out. Like now I'm up to, a few times a week, where it was like, okay, I'm lucky to work out twice a week. But I'm starting to fit a little looser in my clothes. Like I feel like, man, my clothes feel nice on me now.
Yeah.
Shirts where I would be like, nah, I'm not going to wear it because it's just like, it feels like I'm like shopping at Baby Gap. Now I'm able to wear it. Like I remember going over to my mom's house, and my mom was like, nice shirt. I haven't seen that in a while. I'm like, well, because it has been a while.
Like, Well, I haven't been able to fit in it, so now
Yeah,
I can.
now I can a little bit. So
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, Jay, we're obviously looking at a lot of really great things right now. So, what is helping you to be successful right now? What characteristics, what things are helping you to be successful and to thrive where most people are really just struggling?
well, I really think with the downtime,
Hmm.
I realized that this is a golden opportunity to work on yourself. And that's one
Yeah,
thing that I've actually told a lot of my friends, this is a chance for all of us. Like I compare it to one of my favorite childhood movies, A Bug's Life.
I just
Remember
watched that the
the
other day.
remember the chubby caterpillar?
Yeah,
Like, I'm going to be a beautiful butterfly.
yeah, yeah,
That's I am right now. This is my cocoon. This quarantine period, this is my cocoon. And when it's all over with and we go back to normal life, and I'll probably return to my 2 gig job, I'm gonna have like something in place that I know I can work around and set time for myself. So I think this period is just so important right now, and
yeah,
I realized that right away and realized, okay, like this is the final stretch for the program. Like I really want to take off here. I do not want to stumble.
yeah,
And now that we have more time for ourselves and we're locked inside, this is great. And I compare it to Bug's Life. I also compare it. It sounds bad, but I compare it to prison.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
we're trapped in our own homes. And
yeah,
what do inmates do when they're in prison? When they're in their cell, doing push-ups, doing burpees, like they're working on themselves.
yeah,
And that's just one thing I've always told people.
yeah. Yeah, man. Well, I'm so effing proud of what I'm seeing right now, just from the standpoint of utilizing the time that you have, and also seeking fulfillment. Because we talked about this too, some new projects. It's outside of nutrition, but it's still very much lifestyle. And from what I understand, you just launched a project, which I'm super excited to continue to see that
Thanks.
get created, man. So
Yeah.
uh, I'm proud of you, man. This is great.
Thank you. Thank you.
This will be good. Okay. All right, Jay. So like I said, we'll post this into the group, and we'll kind of just utilize this continually as something that we'll do, um, monthly, just talking about like what are some of the things that are going correct. So good shit, man.
I love this. I love this.
Nice.